Have you ever stopped to think why some people face life storms with an almost supernatural calm, while others feel paralyzed by fear? The role of faith in overcoming challenges is often underestimated, seen as something outdated or reserved only for the deeply religious. But the truth is that faith, in its purest form, is one of the most powerful keys to facing difficulties with confidence and clarity. It may seem counterintuitive, but in times of crisis, it is the simplicity of connecting with something greater that brings true strength. What no one usually mentions is that faith is not just about belief, but about action, a daily practice that protects, renews, and transforms us. Imagine having an invisible talisman that helps you stay focused and resilient even when everything seems to be falling apart. Would you like to discover how faith can become this anchor in your life, bringing prosperity and growth even in the worst situations? Then stay with me, because you are about to learn something that could forever change the way you face challenges. The journey of Moses is a true talisman of inspiration, where faith was his greatest key in the face of overwhelming challenges. Imagine someone leading thousands of people through the desert, surrounded by uncertainty, feeling the weight of responsibility on their shoulders. In moments like that, the energy Moses channeled came from his unwavering trust in God and the vision he carried. It is interesting to note that even when faced with the Red Sea, he did not hesitate to raise his staff and visualize a solution when everything seemed lost. What this teaches us is that often the simplicity of believing is what opens the doors to abundance and divine protection. David, in turn, is a living symbol of resilience and energetic protection. His story against the giant Goliath is not just a tale of courage, but an example of how intention and faith can transform any situation. David did not rely on heavy armor or elaborate weapons. His greatest asset was the confidence and the inner strength that came from his spirituality. How about thinking about this in your daily practice? When challenges seem gigantic, visualize success, believe in your own affirmations of strength, and move forward with the certainty that divine protection is on your side, just as it was with David. Observing Moses and David, it becomes clear that their stories were not just about external achievements, but about internal transformation and growth. Moses faced the fear of leading and the weight of responsibility, while David overcame the judgment of others and doubts about his ability. Both demonstrate that confidence and resilience do not arise out of nowhere. They are cultivated through rituals of faith, daily visualizations, and gratitude practices that reinforce a connection with something greater. How can you apply this to your life? Start small routines, like 5 minutes of meditation or reading inspiring stories daily to strengthen your energy and clarity. What makes these stories so powerful is that they also reflect the simplicity of ancient traditions and how they still apply today. Spirituality is like a symbol that, when nurtured with devotion, grows and becomes a shield against adversities. Moses and David are examples that, regardless of circumstances, trusting in ancient practices and keeping faith as an anchor is the true key to unlocking opportunities and transforming obstacles into paths of prosperity. But what if there were more ways to strengthen this faith? This leads us to explore the importance of spiritual strength and how it can be our ally in moments of greatest weakness. When we talk about spiritual strength, it's easy to think of something distant or reserved for people who live in constant religious practice. However, it is much simpler and more present than it seems. Spiritual strength is that inner voice, almost an invisible talisman, that reminds us to keep going even when circumstances say otherwise. In moments of weakness, it is common to feel that energy is running low, that doubts begin to erode confidence. But that is exactly where faith comes in as a daily practice that offers protection and renews hope. Through daily affirmations and the visualization of positive outcomes, this strength is reinforced day by day. Spirituality has the power to transform moments of despair into springboards for growth. Think of someone going through a difficult phase, perhaps a loss or a major failure. The first reaction might be to give up, but faith teaches that Just like the tides that come and go, difficulties are also fleeting. It is necessary to look beyond the present and trust that there is an abundance of opportunities waiting. The practice of meditation, for example, is a practical way to strengthen this inner strength. It is a ritual that connects mind and spirit, creating a space of positivity and gratitude amid the chaos. And then, what can we say about the confidence that faith provides? It is a true shield against fear. In moments when everything seems to be falling apart, believing in something greater is the key that brings resilience and clarity. When you nurture spirituality consistently, it becomes a symbol of energetic protection, something that no one can take away. This practice doesn't have to be complex. It can start with simple daily rituals like deep breathing and reciting positive affirmations, reminding yourself that you are in a process of personal growth that demands patience and trust. Faith not only offers strength, but transforms weakness into a platform for growth. When you understand that every obstacle is a disguised lesson, the sense of fragility becomes lighter. Spirituality and resilience go hand in hand, and it is through constant practice that this connection is strengthened. Make room for introspection, trust in what the journey has to teach, and see how spiritual strength becomes your anchor amidst any storm. And since we are talking about lessons, it's worth looking at what we learned from Joseph's tribulations and how perseverance shapes our path. Joseph is, without a doubt, one of the greatest examples of perseverance we find in the scriptures. He went from being a beloved son to a prisoner, betrayed by his own brothers and sold into slavery. It's easy to imagine how tempting it must have been for him to lose faith and succumb to despair. However, Joseph held firmly to his convictions and found in spirituality the key to moving forward, even in the darkest moments. Here is where the true power of intention and positive energy comes into play. When everything seems lost, resilience and faith keep the flame alive. During his long journey of trials, Joseph demonstrated that perseverance is not just about enduring, but about maintaining positivity and hope even when circumstances defy logic. Imagine the daily routine of a prisoner, the monotony and the lack of prospects. Yet Joseph made each day a ritual of inner renewal, practicing silent gratitude and cultivating his inner strength. This practice is something anyone can adopt, whether in moments of professional or personal difficulty. Small habits like visualizing solutions and maintaining affirmations of growth make all the difference. Joseph's story also teaches us that perseverance is intrinsically linked to trust in something greater. When he was falsely accused and thrown into prison, he could have given in to bitterness. But instead, Joseph became a symbol of resilience, showing that protection and abundance come to those who keep faith, even when the odds are against them. It's a powerful reminder that even in the most difficult situations, spirituality acts as a talisman, an energetic shield that sustains and renews. What makes Joseph an eternal example is his ability to see beyond the present and keep his practice of faith intact. He did not allow circumstances to define his destiny. On the contrary, he used each trial as an opportunity for personal development and spiritual growth. And then, when the right moment came, all that perseverance was rewarded with the position of governor, a symbol that prosperity always finds those who are patient. It is a testimony that, with daily practice and trust, faith can turn adversity into a stepping stone to victory. And speaking of faith, how is it strengthened and sustained? Let us now understand the importance of the connection with God and how prayer acts as a bridge to renew this inner strength. Prayer is like an invisible thread that connects us directly to the divine, functioning as one of the most powerful keys to protection and inner peace. When life throws challenges at us, it's natural to seek external answers, but it is in the practice of prayer that we find a true talisman of strength. Each word spoken with intention carries energy and creates a bridge between the mind and spirit, bringing a sense of calm and clarity. For many, praying is a simple ritual, but one full of meaning. A moment of introspection where, by closing your eyes and taking a deep breath, you create a space of gratitude and positivity. Visualizing scenarios of abundance and affirmations of hope during prayer intensifies this connection. For example, starting the day with a brief meditation and a sincere thank you may be enough to bring a sense of energetic protection throughout the day. The daily practice of setting aside time to pray makes spirituality an integral part of the journey, making it lighter and more meaningful. Furthermore, prayer is not just a request for help, but a practice of gratitude that reinforces trust and personal growth. When Joseph was in prison, his prayers were not merely for liberation. He expressed gratitude for what he still had, even amidst suffering. This is a powerful example that prayer brings more than immediate answers. It brings transformation, calms the heart, and prepares the mind to recognize opportunities. Incorporating this into daily life is a way of remembering that every step taken with faith and devotion yields results, even if they are not immediately visible. It is important to highlight that prayer also unites the community, creating bonds and strengthening shared faith traditions. Participating in a prayer group or sharing moments of spirituality with friends and family reinforces mutual protection and the feeling that no one is alone. This collective practice is a manifestation of spirituality that nurtures the spirit and promotes positivity. Thus, prayer becomes more than an individual act. It is a tool for self-help and a symbol of resilience with the power to move mountains. Prayer prepares us to face whatever comes and gives us an unshakable sense of purpose. It is a constant reminder that, regardless of the intensity of the storm, there is a greater force guiding and taking care of every detail. And when we talk about challenges, it's inevitable to think of the fear they bring. Let us now explore how faith acts as a protective shield against this fear, further strengthening our confidence. Fear is a frequent visitor when we face uncertain situations, and it can easily settle in, generating worries that seem impossible to control. But faith, when cultivated with intention, acts as a true talisman of protection. It is like an invisible shield that surrounds and protects, transforming anxiety into confidence. In moments of greatest apprehension, it is this confidence that reminds us we are not alone and that divine energy supports us. Practicing the visualization of peace and security amidst anxious thoughts is an effective way to transform the mind and maintain serenity. The Bible offers us inspiring examples, such as David facing the fearsome Goliath. He did not succumb to the collective fear that paralyzed the soldiers around him. Instead, he armed himself with faith and unwavering courage that came from his connection with God. This kind of confidence is cultivated daily, whether through meditation, positive affirmations, or moments of introspection that reinforce spiritual protection. Thus, faith is not just a word, but a practice that combats doubt and strengthens our energy. Fear can also manifest as thoughts of self-sabotage and anxiety. In this context, faith acts as a symbol of resilience. When worries threaten to dominate the mind, recalling traditions of spiritual protection, such as prayers and mantras, helps restore balance. A practical tip is to have a list of positive affirmations to recite during tense moments, reaffirming confidence and inner peace. This shows that, even in the most intense storms, there is always a way to regain control and calm. It is essential to understand that faith does not eliminate fear entirely, but transforms the way we deal with it. Fear may still be present, but faith allows us to move forward, even when our vision is clouded by doubts. Having symbols of faith nearby, such as objects of energetic protection, or even reminders of moments when faith was stronger than fear, reinforces this daily practice. This reminds us that although external circumstances may seem challenging, the inner strength fueled by faith is unshakable. Each passing day, when fear tries to creep in, faith teaches us that there is a greater purpose guiding every step. And it is this certainty that keeps us steadfast and resilient, even amidst uncertainty. But how does faith act so powerfully to anchor us in difficult times? Let us now explore how it becomes the anchor that keeps us stable in any situation. Life is full of highs and lows, and many times we find ourselves in storms that test every inch of our inner strength. In these moments, faith reveals itself as the anchor that keeps us steady, preventing us from being carried away by the currents of uncertainty. It is not uncommon that, amid difficulties, people question their path and lose direction. However, those who practice faith as a daily ritual and cultivate it with gratitude and simplicity find within themselves the key to resilience. It is faith that teaches us to take a deep breath and visualize a horizon of opportunities, even when everything around us feels like turmoil. In situations of extreme adversity, keeping faith strong is what separates falling from overcoming. Do you remember Joseph? Even while imprisoned and wronged, he did not lose his connection to the divine. This constant practice of trust and affirmations of prosperity kept him unshakable. Similarly, maintaining a routine of meditation and visualization can serve as a powerful self-help practice, reminding us that every obstacle is temporary and that faith is the bridge to overcoming. Thus, when the world seems to collapse, this spiritual anchoring helps sustain the mind and heart. To have faith as an anchor means trusting that there is a greater purpose in everything we face. Amid trials, it can be difficult to see the reason behind suffering, but confidence in spiritual traditions and symbols of energetic protection can strengthen this certainty. For those who seek to maintain faith in moments of crisis, practices such as writing a gratitude journal or participating in prayer circles with the community are effective strategies to nurture this inner strength. It is a way of reaffirming that, even in the darkest moments, there is always a light guiding our path. Another essential point is that faith as an anchor does not only keep us stable, it also pushes us toward growth. Going through difficulties with faith is a process that transforms the soul and broadens our vision of life. Painful experiences can be seen as opportunities for personal development, where we learn to trust ourselves and divine intentions more. This transformation is part of a cycle that continues to strengthen us and prepare us for the next stages of the journey. Faith, when cultivated, becomes more than just a simple belief. It turns into a daily practice that brings protection, resilience, and growth. When challenges seem insurmountable, it reminds us that we are stronger than we think and that we are never alone. And upon understanding this, the question arises, how can we apply all this so that faith helps us overcome any challenge that lies ahead? Now that you understand the fundamental role that faith plays in overcoming challenges, it's time to act. Ask yourself, how can I begin to apply these concepts in my life today? What daily rituals of protection and gratitude can I adopt to strengthen my confidence and resilience? Remember, it's not just about knowing but doing. Faith grows with daily practice, with meditation, with positive affirmations, and with the visualization of a future full of opportunities and growth. Are you ready to transform the way you face difficulties? How about starting now by creating your own list of affirmations, committing to small moments of prayer, or even sharing this journey with friends and family? Life is full of trials, but you can choose to face each one with the certainty that you are protected, guided, and in constant evolution. And before moving on, don't forget, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications to continue learning more about spirituality, inner strength, and personal development. Every step you take toward a more connected and conscious life is an investment in your own transformation. So, why not start now?